So my two things have one big thing in common. I guess two big things in common.
Okay.
I've taken a play out of yearbook.
Excellent.
They're
I gotta turn my notifications off. Excuse me.
really just big old animals.
I love big animals.
Yeah, you do. No big hogs this week.
Oh, no big old fat hogs.
Except for
Jake was dying. He told me he was dying listening to the fat hogs.
I was dying doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But so the other thing that my two have in common is that they could both be tied back to like movies that are coming out that I say to myself I'm very excited about. Oh. But will I watch them in a reasonable time frame?
Never.
No, probably not.
No, absolutely
Now,
not.
I did write down, before we get into it, I wrote down to watch a movie that my second one is connected to before I came here today.
Yeah? How'd that go?
Well, I thought about it at, what time is it now? It's 5:14. I thought about it at about 4:07. Ooh. And I thought, do I have enough time to watch that movie? And then very quickly realized I did not. So I was like, should I look up the plot points? But I didn't because I felt like that'd be cheating.
Yeah.
All right, but the first one. Do you remember Planet of the Apes?
Which one?
Any of them?
The one with Mark Wahlberg specifically?
Sure.
Yeah, I remember
Do
that
we want to
one.
get into what Mark Wahlberg? I forgot about Mark Wahlberg's good comments about.
That was a Tim Burton movie.
Oh yeah, it was, wasn't it?
It was Tim Burton, Mark Wahlberg.
I love Mark Wahlberg, but man, is he an idiot. All right, but you remember Planet of the Apes?
Yes. All 15 of those movies.
Yeah. Well, imagine Planet of the Apes, but the apes have wings and they've got a 30-foot wingspan. Boom, 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 boom. We're talking about the Ahool, baby.
Oh.
The Ahool.
Yeah.
The Ahool is a Indonesian, I believe. I think I wrote that down. Yes. Java in Indonesia. It is literally a bat with a 30-foot wingspan, 10 feet tall, has mainly bat characteristics, but the face of a primate.
Hang on. I am looking up a that's not the right Mayan god. I typed in Amuzin Kab, and that's the bug guy.
I don't know anything about the Mayans, dude.
I got you.
Other
keep
than
going.
they were
I'm
wrong.
gonna get you.
Other than they were wrong. Look at me.
Oh, I had a hard shift into frick there.
We have been doing a decent job.
We've been doing
So yes, this is one that doesn't really have. I feel like a couple of mine have had kind of other names. This one's just got the name Ahool. Which do you want to guess why it has that name?
Oh man, I couldn't tell you.
It's just its cry.
Oh,
its cry is like a Ahool.
Okay,
But it's bat and huge and scary.
Kamazats is the god I was thinking of.
And what does that relate to this at all?
It's a giant bat god.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, yeah, that's cool. As you would say, I do kind of freak with that.
Yeah. I frick with that.
I freak with that. So some portrayals of it just kind of showed it as a big bat, but more often than not, it is a bat with a primate face. So it's got the scary teeth, the kind of human eyes.
I want to give you a fun fact here. Mm-hmm. I almost did this.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope you didn't do my second one.
No, probably not.
Maybe
You could. I mean, if you looked hard enough, you could read through my chicken scratch that's upside
Can't.
down. Yeah.
I don't know how to read. There's nothing on here. I'm just making it up. So the size of it, it varies a little bit, of course, but most of the time it's got about a 28-foot wingspan and about 10 feet tall. Now this would make it 3 to 4.5 times as big as the largest recorded bat ever.
Yeah.
Which would be
like
the
a
flying fox. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Dude, I know
about
animals.
Bats. You know about bats. Oh, so the tie back to a movie is Batman. Mm-hmm. Am I gonna see Batman at one point? For sure. I love Robert Pattinson. He's my sweet baby boy.
You know who's not in that movie? Man Bat, who is more like this creature than Batman.
Okay,
is.
I'll leave. I did think about making that joke actually. So it's said to reside in the jungles in Java, Indonesia. It has been seen across most of Indonesia, with a believed subspecies on the near island of New Guinea. But that animal is known as ropin.
I have heard of the roping.
The roping is it's just
They
another
did
big bat.
Destination Truth about the.
We'll talk about
roping.
Destination Truth.
Oh my god!
I've got a tie back.
Ooh. I love you, Josh Gates.
Never seen it still. Still need to see it. I know,
So-
we talk about this every week.
There's a unicorn.
So yeah, so distinct face, of course. Think about it. Bat, chimp face. Only thing on the face that looks like a bat is bat ears.
That comes across in quite a few because I was also researching. This is not mine for mine, so this isn't a spoiler. I was also researching the chupacabra.
We will do the chupacabra.
Has bat ears.
That makes sense. I kind of like bat
They
ears.
like throwing bat onto things because it's
Hearing.
scary.
Yeah, it is. Well, it probably gives them hearing powers too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're all about powers.
And it's
So
heroes.
I did write down, based on the picture I'm looking at on the Cryptids fandom site, it does just seem to be a big old bat with chimp face and bat ears. That one's right off the dome. Wrote that one down. So its diet consists of mainly local fauna. It's known to eat a lot of fish. But if the opportunity arises, it will munch down on some people.
Ooh.
It will hop in on that people bus and just get to munching and crunching.
It's
So-
like the Jeepers Creepers monster.
I've never seen it. I don't see movies.
Man, we have so much work to do, guys.
Yeah.
Jeepers Creepers. Director's a horrible, horrific person.
Who directed
Movies,
it?
great. Some dude.
So just
Listen, that's all that matters. The things he's done, don't credit him with getting a name.
all right, cool. If you do bad things, you don't get a name. Remember that.
He had to leave America for the things he's done.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Like Snowden?
Like,
Well, no, I mean like he had to leave like Snowden.
yes,
did.
like Snowden.
Okay. But he's not as cool as Snowden.
Definitely not as cool.
Did he get a cool movie like Snowden did?
Have you seen what Jake's been tweeting about this Counter-Strike players?
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Gross. So our first sighting of Ahool.
Yeah. Oh, this is my neighbor Mothman, by the way.
Oh God. We've goofed it. This is my neighbor Mothman.
Insert music here.
Do we have music?
Yeah. You really haven't listened to that.
I don't. I'm so anxious about hearing my voice.
Just listen to the Bigfoot one. I made it for the Bigfoot one. And then
right.
you go, do we have music? And I go, I'll make it before this show starts.
All right. Good. Yeah, I'll go back and listen to it. My voice. So first sighting,
Yeah.
1925.
Okay.
Not too long
Not
ago.
that long ago. With cameras? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because I
World
think
War
that-
One had happened.
I think there were color cameras at that point.
Yeah. Approaching it, if nothing else. No flash pans. We had film. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have any pictures. Ooh. Not a lot of sightings of this guy.
It's fair.
Not a lot of recorded sightings.
Big bat.
It is a big bat.
Nighttime.
Hard
Hard
to
to
see.
take pictures.
Especially with no flash.
Yeah.
So our naturalist, Dr. Ernest Bartels.
Okay.
Now, I did write down Dr. Ernest, and then all I thought about for, I'd say, about 25 minutes was the Ernest Goes to Jail movies.
Yeah, the Ernest series. Yeah.
Yeah, those are good. So that the whole time I was researching this, I did just think of the character Ernest out in the Indonesian jungle getting chased by a big bat.
Ernest finds a bat.
Ernest finds a cryptid.
Oh.
So 1925, he was exploring the slopes of the Salak Mountains in Java
Yeah.
when, at the time, just a completely unknown, but a bat. All right, so verbatim, my notes say, when at the time, the unknown but giant bat, in parentheses, spoiler alert, it's an Ahool, flies over his head. So imagine you're just chilling in the jungle. You're like, slopes, beautiful, love the mountains.
It's wild out here.
It's wild out here.
Crazy.
I love nature,
Animals.
animals,
Bugs.
bugs,
Everything.
trees, water. And then what's
200
that?
years ago, the Avatar disappeared.
No, we can't get into the Avatar. So he's just chilling. Imagine like you're just anywhere, and you're just like, that's a big
can
shadow
imagine
going
that.
up. All right, you know what? I'm tired of this. All right, so my notes are, wow, this waterfall sure is natural. I love nature. What the heck is that shadow? It's a 30-foot wingspan bat.
That's a big anything.
Like, I can't even, I've been inside for so long that I can't think about what 30 foot looks like.
I think my tape measure only goes to 15 feet.
I don't know what that noise I just made was. I'm 6 feet tall. That's 5 of me
Yeah.
on a bat. That's terrifying.
If you're in a Target right now, look down at the floor. See those tiles?
Yep.
Those are each a foot long, right? So
That's 30
you can
Target tiles.
step out 30 Target tiles across the floor to figure out how long this thing is.
Should we go to Target right now?
Let's go.
Take the camera with us. We walk into Target. Hey, yeah, we're filming something. Don't worry about it. So he sees that, it flies away. It's gone. But it did let out a cry, this is where his name was recorded.
Yeah.
The Ahool.
So they've taken to the Pokemon naming convention.
Yeah, it did just say its name.
Ah, excellent.
Bulba. Now 2 years later, our sweet baby boy Ernest is back. He's back in the jungle. He's got unfinished business with this big old bat.
No, yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like when Ash saw Ho-Oh. You gotta find that thing.
You do got to find that thing.
Gotta catch them all.
But let me tell you, unlike Ash, he did. I
Oh?
think Ash ended up finding him, didn't he? No.
I think he saw Ho in episode 1, and then like 15 of our years passed, and 4 weeks of his life passed.
Yeah. Whatever. 2 years later, he's back. This time, much chiller approach. Can't be up on the slopes anymore. He's just in his little hut, taking a little hut nap.
Oh.
Taking a little Ernest nap. And
Ernest takes a nap.
Ernest takes a nap in the jungle with the big scary bat. No, so he's just laying there listening to the sounds of the jungle. Listening to the birds make their bird noises.
Nature.
Sing their little songs. Nature, water, trees, wind. When he hears a rumbling in the trees and then a very loud ahool.
He remembers him.
He remembers.
He's
come back. Like those
For
videos.
vengeance.
Oh, I was going the other way.
Oh.
It was like the videos of those people who like raise lions and they go out
Oh,
into like the
yeah.
mountains and the lions like give them a big
See, the
old
only
hug.
bat person I know of only has vengeance on the mind, so that's why I went there.
The only bat person I know about has COVID.
Yeah, he does.
But no, so he runs outside, sees the big shadow again. Never finds him. Never finds him. But I will say that one is a little more dismissible for me.
Yeah.
He might have just heard a hool, just a howl, a hooler and a hooling and a hollering.
You know what also makes the ahoo sound?
Wolves.
I was gonna say an owl.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Are there owls in Indonesia?
Listen, I'm not a biologist. Probably.
Or a naturalist like our sweet boy? Are owls?
Welcome to the segment of the podcast where we Google things.
Why does
That
it
we
say-
didn't think about.
Okay. Are there owls in Indiana? Yeah, probably.
Oh man,
Dude, I can't get back on Indiana. I hate Indiana.
yeah.
Yes, Indiana and not Indiana. Oh,
Indonesia?
man. Indonesia does have owls.
Yeah.
They've just found a new owl species apparently. So then we get a solid quiet 40 years.
That's a long time.
It is a long time. And in 1966, Ernest teams up.
He's back again, round 3.
This time not in Indonesia.
Oh,
But he just teams up with an Ivan T. Sanderson, who was a cryptozoologist, I believe, out of Australia. I didn't write it down.
that sounds plausible.
Which 12% of our listeners are from?
Yeah.
It's Australia.
What's up, Australia?
Do you guys know? Do you guys know Yvonne? He might still be alive, actually. Probably. He could be like 70.
Yeah. Maybe.
I don't know. How old are cryptozoologists most of the time? I don't like that word.
That's a lot.
It's hard.
It's bad mouth feel.
It is.
The Z in there just throws everything
It's
to the whack.
for me, it's the O's. trying to write down cryptozoologist.
Zoologist, yeah.
Yeah, but there's only two O's there.
Yeah, I know.
I keep whatever. Passed it. So in 1966, these two boys, Yvonne and Ernest, they write a book. They write a little report. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Yep, that's what that noise was.
It was also thunder.
So they write this article about the Ahool, and kind of their theories on it. You know, obviously the recordings of his sightings.
Yeah.
But the big thing is they decided that they were going to interview the locals in the jungle, the local tribes.
Yeah.
You would think they'd do that.
You know, at the beginning.
Yeah, you think the first time you see a big bat, you're going to find the closest person and go, hey.
What is that?
What bat?
What was
Why,
that?
Why bat?
Why bat? What the frick was that?
Hey, man, I might be losing my freaking mind. What was that big old bat? So now the locals did, of course, have a different feeling about the Ahool. Mm-hmm. This was not some creature that was mythological and cryptid. This was someone that they knew.
Oh.
The locals told these guys that...
It was Dave. He just went crazy one day.
Dave just a big old bat, man. No, they told him that... They told Yvonne and Ernest that, you know, they weren't shocked when they saw this big bat.
Yeah.
And that it wasn't one big bat. That there were just several big bats that just lived in the jungle.
That's even scarier than
It's
they're just
terrifying. And it plays into... So, you know, there hasn't really been any recorded sightings since, but that the tribes that live in those Indonesian jungles still hold true to the fact that there are just big bats.
Yeah.
They're just very big bats. But yeah, no sightings. No
It's been
reported
a hot minute,
sightings in, what's that, 95 years.
But see, and that's the thing is, I started to wave this around and point. I started to wave the microphone. I was going to start gesturing with it. That's the thing is, within the last 10 years, I want to say we found like at least a dozen animals that hadn't been seen in like 40 to 110 years.
Yeah.
That are just like being. I was like, oh no, we just didn't look right.
A lot of frogs.
A lot of frogs.
They're finding a lot of frogs.
Frogs are nature finds a way.
I love frogs.
Yeah.
So slimy.
There aren't any real good frogs in the list. I was looking.
Yeah, you were looking for some frogs?
I was looking for some frogs.
What about that book, The Frog and the Toad?
Frog and Toad?
Yeah, those gay frogs.
Yeah, they're gay. That's cool.
I can't get going on gay frogs, Levi. This podcast
Oh
can't
no,
afford it.
Alex Jones is gonna show up.
But yeah, so
One of
like,
them's a toad.
Yeah. So I've got kind of an idea on why, you know, if they've gone extinct or if we're just not seeing them anymore. I was looking it up because the article I was reading, you know, brought it up a little bit. In the early 1900s, I think about around 1910, Indonesia was 82% jungle.
Yeah.
Their landmass was just a ton of jungle. As of 2012, that's down to, I believe, about 50%. So they've taken 32% of that landmass and just cut the trees down. Now, who knows if it's slowed down any in the last 8 years? I couldn't find any numbers on it. But so I mean, it's very possible that the bats just don't have anywhere to live.
I also want to point out that the average lifespan of flying foxes, which is the largest bat, right?
Yeah.
We talked about.
I'm gonna guess 7 years.
In captivity, as much as 17 years.
Oh, that's not bad. What about in the wild?
Like 4.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess if these big bats,
Due to natural predators, mostly.
what's the natural predator? of this
Oldest
big
known
bat?
flying fox was a gray-headed flying fox that lived its entire life in captivity, and died in 2000 at the age of 22.
Man.
That's an old bat.
I mean, I guess I didn't realize how short lives bats lived. But I guess it's kind of I guess that's part of being a human. Is we just don't think about
We're the
animal
elves
lives
of
Earth.
nature. Yeah.
Except for those big sharks.
Turtles.
Don't big shark and turtles.
Turtles, yeah.
I saw a 660-pound alligator today on
Yeah,
Twitter.
yeah. I saw that too. They're getting surgery for it's
Yeah.
like bone problem.
Yeah, bone infection.
Had bonitis.
This alligator's got bad bones, baby.
All right.
But now I'm bringing in our new activity.
Okay.
Our new bit.
New bit. Got it.
We're gonna pit these monsters against in our little brains against one another in a Godzilla style fight.
Yeah. A king of the monsters, if you will.
Yeah. So I say we go Bat versus last week's Big Hogs.
Big hogs.
And it seems a little uneven.
So here's the issue I see with the bat, right? Mm-hmm. So a lot of larger flying animals.
Oops, sorry.
Squeak. And a lot of larger flying animals to kill their prey that is also large will pick them up real high and drop them. Mm-hmm. I don't see this as a viable option for the
big hog.
mass of the hog. Mm-hmm. Due to
alternatively though, because it is apparently part chimpanzee, could land on it and just tear that neck
chimp
up.
strength, yeah.
Big chimp strength. Chimps have very powerful jaws. I did look that up. I don't remember the numbers.
Yeah.
They got strong mouth. Strong mouth.
Yeah, chimps will mess you up.
They will. The fact that people have chimps and like monkeys as pets is the most terrifying thing.
That's scary.
Have we talked about this?
I don't think so.
Maybe not on the podcast.
Yeah, maybe in person.
They
just
terrify
regularly.
me.
Yeah, they're smart.
They are.
They know what's going on, dude.
I saw a
Can't mess
video
with that.
on TikTok of a guy who has a little monkey as a pet.
Yeah.
And someone bought him a water bottle. And that monkey just grabs up and twists the top of the water bottle off. That's scary.
Yeah. You know what else will do that? Octopus.
Yeah, but
That's
I think I could fight an octopus.
in the water.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
In my home,
Yeah.
on land,
On land.
I'd beat an octopus's ass. Sorry, but we made it so far in here.
Yeah.
But they just terrify me because I'm scared of Planet of the Apes.
They can learn tools.
Well, they have tools.
Yeah, they have to. I saw a group of great apes that had reached the Stone Age.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no,
That's
We're
so
next.
scary to me. Because I mean, what happens when they find guns? What's happened?
Have you seen that video of that chimp with that AK?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
It's so scary.
It's terrifying.
And those people are just like, no,
I was like, no, he's got a gun.
he's got a gun. He's big, scary, strong.
Yeah. He could feed you that gun if he wanted to.
Could.
There's nothing you could do about it.
You know what I don't like? I don't like their feet,
Oh, the thumb feet.
the thumb feet.
I don't see it. Listen, if that was an option, like on the character select screen when I was being created,
I'd love it.
I'd pick thumb feet.
Yeah, it's the fact that I don't have it
Yeah.
and they do.
It's a jealousy thing.
It is. I'm jealous of Ape's cool toe feet.
Was that Chase? Chase was upset he didn't have a tail. He used to cry he didn't have a tail. I'm putting Chase on blast.
That's right, Chase, you nerd.
He won't listen to this.
Oh man,
He's talked about it openly.
what, his tail, or that he doesn't want to listen to this?
About the
Both. I want to fight him tonight. I'm going to talk about his tail. His tail
I
problems.
don't know if Chase is coming. Actually,
Oh, well then I'll message him about it. All right. So that's it for the Ahool.
yeah. Part B. Here we go.
Part B of this week's episode. Can you tell me, there is a movie from the 80s era.
Okay.
Now, this is the movie I said I was going to watch before we came here, and I didn't.
Bats with Lou Diamond Phillips.
I already did Bats.
Oh.
Bats was part A. This is the cold open part B.
Okay.
Tell me an 80s movie that's getting remade that you're excited about. It's big news. It's been big news.
I couldn't tell you.
Let me give you a hint.
Yeah.
Kyle MacLachlan.
Oh, dude.
Dude.
The sandworm.
Yeah, baby.
I also looked at doing the sandworms.
The old goy.
Yeah.
Korokoi?
I don't know.
Korokoi. That's probably not pronounced right.
Yeah. Listen.
man,
we're American and we're dumb.
You really didn't. I wrote down, Levi will then ramble on about movies he's excited about, which I'm sure will distract us for a minute.
Well, that's the thing is nothing's coming out. I'm still waiting to watch Black Widow that I was supposed to watch 3 months ago.
I could care less.
We're supposed to be watching The Eternals next month.
I do care about that one.
It's got Angelina Jolie.
And then I did write down, no, Levi, you fool. It's Dune, baby.
I'm also excited for Dune. That cast looks incredible.
Oh, Timothy
Chalamet
Sure.
and Josh
Timothy
Brolin
Champagne.
and Aquaman
Jason Momoa
and,
was in that.
and Poe Dameron.
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa's in that. Batista's in that.
I do love me some Batista. Dude, I love Jason. We can't get into how much I love Jason Momoa. So Olgoy Korkoi, also known as the Mongolian Death Worm.
Death Worm. Yeah, that's what I would enter. That's the thing that I was like, this is the Mongolian Death Worm. I just can't remember the actual name of it.
Yeah, it's real cool. It's kind of scary.
Yeah,
Worms, don't like them.
dude. Every like sci-fi movie that is off planet, there's a desert planet, big worm. There's a big worm somewhere on that planet.
Like on SpongeBob.
The whole thing's the worm.
Scary.
Mass Effect.
Never played them.
I'll have a giant. It's called a thresher maw. It's a giant sandworm.
I do have one Mass Effect memory, and I think
Yeah.
we've talked about this.
So the source filmmaker stuff.
Huh?
None.
Okay. No, I had a friend who will remain nameless.
Okay.
Who, when Mass Effect 3 came out, said, "Hey, Zachary, you want to come over and play Mass Effect 3?" And I was like, "I've never played it, but yeah, sure." And then he made me sit in a cardboard box because he only had one chair and made me watch him play through the entirety of Mass Effect 3
that's a
in one
single
day.
player game.
And then just told me to go home.
Yeah.
He just wanted someone to, this was streaming before streaming. He just
Yeah.
wanted someone to watch him play this game.
And you had no options. You were just there.
I was there. It was the only TV.
Yeah.
I didn't have, I mean, I had a cell phone at the time, but it was before
Yeah.
like you could really use the internet on your cell phone. So yeah, I just went over to this dude's house and watched him play Mass Effect 3.
Another giant sandworm. Tremors.
Never seen it.
that? Oh. Kevin Bacon? Oof. In his prime.
In his Dirty Dancing days?
Prime Kevin
He
Bacon.
was dirty. What was it? He was in one of them. He was in one of those dancing movies.
Kevin Bacon?
Kevin Bacon was in a dancing movie.
Was he? I don't know. This is like 92 Bacon.
Talk.
Yeah, okay. So, but yeah, there's giant worms that will chase them throughout. They're in Nevada.
Footloose.
Footloose. There
He
you
was
go.
in Footloose. Not Dirty Dancing. I've never
I was
seen
like,
either of them,
P. Swayze is in one of those, right?
though. I don't know who that is.
Patrick Swayze?
Oh.
P. Swayze, brah.
I hate you. I hate
No, but
this.
like pretty much any like the Sarlacc pit on Star Wars.
I've seen those.
Yeah, it's a giant
We
worm.
watched those together. That was a big worm, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it's just a big worm in the ground. They do it all the time.
That is where worms live.
It's good. It's a good gimmick, and it's always gets a good pop off from the crowd.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear about this Mongolian death
All right.
worm.
So, I'm not going to call him Olgoy Korkoi from
Yeah.
now on. I'm going to call him either the Mongolian Deathworm or Olgoy because I kind of like that. So he allegedly lives in the Gobi Desert, which takes up a lot of China,
Yeah,
kind of that area.
Gobi Desert, freaking rad.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know much about deserts.
That and like the Sahara are like all I know.
Is the Sahara here? What's the one in Arizona?
Listen, I don't remember anything about deserts. I was just
You were
trying
just
I was,
talking-
I was hyping up deserts.
All right. Useless.
Yeah, absolutely.
So most reports state that he lives in they live in southern to western Gobi.
Okay.
Seems to travel as worms do, mostly underground. But big thing, he's so close to the surface that you can see him coming.
So, this is the plot point in Tremors.
Okay.
Fun fact: they did this. They had like a thing, like a brick on a cinder block on a string that they buried, like 6 inches underneath the dirt, and then they had a pickup truck. They tied the rope to it and drove it. So you got the ground breaking.
Oh, you're talking about how they filmed it.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about they did this in the movie, and I was trying to figure out what this.
No, they did that with dynamite in the movie, and they had to eat the dynamite and explode it.
This movie sounds like it sucks.
No, it's very
Aren't there like
90s.
4 of them?
There's like 5 of them.
Oh boy, I'll try and watch Tremors, but I've got to watch Dune first.
I would watch the first Tremors.
No, I have to watch all of them. how my
The
brain
first
works.
Tremors is the best one.
Okay. Heard. Now this one kind of gets towards the puckwudgie of this dude's got really cool powers.
Yeah.
because the Mongolians, said that the worm could kill you at a distance using either venom
Okay.
or electric discharge.
Oh, that's a new one.
Electric worm.
It's a
He's a
it's a
thunderbolt
land moray eagle
Sure.
or electric eel.
Oh, electric eel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But morays aren't the electric ones. I'm stupid.
Now, its venom is said to be so strong that it can corrode metal.
That's like hydrochloric acid levels.
Yeah.
Woof.
Coming out
Woof.
of a worm. That'd be a scary worm right there.
Yeah.
All worms are kind of scary. So, obviously, if this worm's got such strong venom, you can't touch it.
Yeah.
It was believed that touching the worm would cause tremendous pain and an almost instant death. So, like, you could just accidentally step on this little worm, and then your life's going to suck for about 10 seconds, and you're dead.
Dang.
Which
That's
doesn't
brutal.
sound terrible. It sounds, 10 seconds.
That 10 seconds will feel like an eternity.
I was going to say, from here, when I'm not touching this bad worm, that's fine.
Yeah.
10 seconds, and then that's it. But yeah, no, I'm sure if I touch this bad worm.
Yeah, imagine 10 seconds, but your foot is melting.
Ugh.
Like, that's the kind of pain that I imagine.
Yeah.
You stepped in lava.
Lava doesn't look that bad.
The real question is, what does it taste like?
We can't. We can't taste lava. But all I'm
The
saying
forbidden
is,
jello.
I'd like to lick it.
Yeah,
I'd like to lick it when it's not hot anymore.
that's just a rock.
Well, I guess you're right. I don't know anything about rocks. So death
You
worm.
can go outside a Mexican food restaurant and there's
Back to the
lava rock.
death worm. We're bad at this.
Yeah.
It mainly fed on camels,
Okay.
laid eggs.
The ghost camels.
Ghost camels.
We're not touching.
They just
ghosts.
keep coming back.
Ghost camels are not. Look,
They're just camels that are ghosts.
Yeah.
That's all
What is
they
this? What is this?
are. As well as local parasitic plants.
Okay.
So they're kind of helping the environment. I don't know what a parasitic plant is.
Like like here we have kudzu,
Yeah, we do have kudzu.
and I would consider that a parasitic plant.
I think it is. So what you're telling me is we need to go get the Mongolian death worm to get rid of kudzu.
Yeah, and
Okay.
and have a Georgia strain of the Mongolian death worm.
Where did kudzu come from?
Japan.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Thanks, Japan.
Now this part, I promise I did not know when I thought of the cold open.
Okay.
Because now we're going to get into expeditions to go find the Mongolian death worm.
Yeah.
In 1990 and 1992, Ivan Mackerel, a Czechoslovakian
Fish.
cryptozoologist, he led small groups into the desert to search for the worm.
Yeah.
Now, how do you think he searched for that worm?
They all walked like comb in the desert.
No, they had seen Dune, so he made a motor-driven thumper to attempt to draw it to the surface,
Okay.
which apparently is something they do in Dune, like tapping the
Yeah,
ground.
I haven't seen Dune.
Oh,
No. Yeah, that's.
well, apparently,
I am aware of the spice melange.
don't know what that is. I know
Fear-
that Kyle MacLachlan is in
Yeah.
it. It's in the desert, and there's a worm.
Yeah, that's like it.
So apparently they like thump on the ground like rhythmically to bring the worm up.
I have another worm thing.
Tell me about your worm thing,
If you're listening to the podcast
Levi.
over audio, you can't see this. You go to Board Nerds YouTube page and you can see the video.
Or twitch.tv/skeleton crew gaming,
There you
and you
go.
can watch this happen live. We don't have a set schedule, but I tweet about it. Follow me on
So,
Twitter.
In the 1998 film Godzilla, starring Ferris Bueller
Godzilla.
himself, he is a researcher, and it's raining, right? And he needs to bring worms to the surface.
Okay.
So he puts 2 probes into the ground,
Okay.
and it electric shocks them,
Okay.
and it brings them up to the surface because they're trying to get away from the electrified water.
What's stopping them from just going down?
Listen, I'm not a scientist, nor am I a movie maker in 1998.
Bad movie.
It is.
Could've
That's
just gone on.
that's
Haven't-
unrelated.
I may have seen that one. I don't remember electroshock worms.
It's a very minor plot point.
Okay.
at the beginning of the movie and only then.
All right. I'm glad you remember it so much that you brought it up on our podcast.
I watched that movie a lot as a kid.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I really like Godzilla.
Now, spoiler alert about our Dune-inspired search.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Oof.
Didn't bring that worm up. Just didn't work. And bigger spoiler alert, none of the hunts that have gone on have worked.
Oh.
They haven't found this big worm.
What? I kind of yelled that. I'm sorry.
You did.
What size are we talking about here? Are we talking like dune worm sized?
I think I have it written down here. About 2 feet long,
Okay.
has no head or legs,
As a worm does.
and is so poisonous that merely to touch it means instant death.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's really, for a worm,
So for a worm, it's big.
yeah, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not really
Yeah.
that big.
It's a snake sized.
Yeah.
Got it.
We'll get into that.
Okay.
We'll get into the snakes. So another hunt was 2005, was headed by zoological journalist Richard Freeman. This hunt came to the conclusion that the reported sightings were presumably of an unknown species of worm lizard. Would you like worm lizards? They're just kind of weird.
Yeah.
They're just kind of scaly worms, it seems like.
Some armored worms.
Yep. Now, here, as promised, Destination Truth.
I love it.
They from 2006 to 2007, they did lead a Mongolian deathworm search. Didn't work.
No. Spoiler alert for anything that Destination Truth has ever touched.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work. But
Noted.
boy, is it a lot of fun.
I still need to watch it. I need to find out where it's streaming. And the last well-known kind of documented hunt was, strangely enough, headed by New Zealand entertainment reporter David Ferrier.
Okay.
I don't know how he got into it. I'm guessing it was just like a news special. That they're like, we're sending David to the desert, baby. He's
Here we
find a
go.
big
It's going to be
worm."
great. The morning news is going to eat it up.
This morning at 6 a.m., David has found the big worm. He did find it. What's that? Oh, it's the group chat.
Yes.
But also kind of like in 1966 with our good boy, the Ahool,
Yeah.
they decided that they were going to interview the locals.
Okay. Again, a little late.
A little late.
We kind of got a trend going here.
They just kind of said, maybe it's out there.
Yeah.
They didn't really have a lot of lore on it.
Okay. Okay.
They was like, maybe there's a big worm. We don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows? Might have just been a mirage.
Could have been.
Could have been. So the first time this creature came to Western attention was when a good man, Roy Chapman Andrews, wrote a book called On a Trail of Ancient Man, which is a really cool sounding book.
Yeah.
Can't figure out how it got to the worm.
Yeah.
I might read the book though. So in this book, Andrew cites a Mongolian prime minister, Damden Bazar.
Good name.
Probably wrong. Probably said that very wrong.
Yeah.
But this is where we get the description of the worm. Shaped like a sausage, about 2 feet long.
Cool.
That's all he said.
Cool. That's
It's a big
hey, it's
sausage
a worm.
Yeah, he just said it's really a big worm.
Now, the biggest like earthworm I can think of that we see regularly are going to be like your night crawlers, which are about 6 inches long
Yep.
and like half an
That'd
inch in diameter.
4 times as long.
Yeah.
I couldn't find any reportings on the diameter of this worm, but from the pictures I saw, it was a pretty thick boy.
A girthy worm.
Yeah, pretty girthy.
Okay.
And now I know what you're thinking. Mr. Chapman Andrews wrote this book and included the Mongolian deathworm. Surely he believes in it. He doesn't. He just thought people were seeing a thick snake,
Yeah.
which I mean, it's fair. Could be. This is the first cryptid I've come across that I am 100% like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably not. Just because there's a
Are
lot.
there? There've got to be like venomous snakes in the Gobi.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Like
So
mambas or something.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that either some dude was out there and saw a mirage, or he just saw a really big snake and got scared.
Yeah. I would tell people it was a death worm also.
Yeah, it's kind of like when when you're playing a game and you fall to your death and then you say that someone shot you.
Yeah.
Never done that.
Who pushed me?
Or when this is going to be a real deep cut. When you forget to get off the bus in the afternoon, so you tell your parents that a really big kid wouldn't let you off the bus at your stop, but when in reality you were asleep.
Oh,
Garrett, if you're listening, we know.
Oh, no.
My brother was gone for like 3 hours after school one day, and he had 3 hours to come up with a story and said that
That's what he came
there was a
up with?
big kid that wouldn't let him off the bus.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was good. All right, worms advocate.
Okay.
Maybe there is a worm out there. The goby's huge.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
It is massive, and it's not like you can just go out there and hit it with a shovel and be like, "No worms here."
It's true.
How deep do you think the desert goes?
I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean? How deep does the desert go?
I don't know. How long do you think you'd have to dig in the Gobi Desert
To not hit sand?
to not hit sand?
8-10 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we find out?
Here we go, baby. Pack those bags, book those
We're
tickets. We're
going
going
to
to
the
the Gobi
Gobi.
Desert.
No, we're not. I die out there.
It's hot.
Yeah,
It's so
it gets
dry.
It gets to like 88 degrees here, and I feel like I'm dying.
Yeah.
I wonder how hot it is in the Gobi right now.
It hit 110 in Austin, Texas, like last week. Yeah. They were like, this is brutal.
And my old work wanted me to go work in Utah.
It should be night in the Gobi currently, right?
Probably.
So it'll be cooler there because it's cold at night in the desert.
Well, it's cold at
It's so
night in most
dry.
places.
Because it's so dry. Here in Georgia, the humidity holds in the heat. So we'll stay like 82 through the night, and then sun comes up, and we're back up to like 95 degrees.
So right now, it is 3 a.m. in the Gobi Desert.
Okay.
It's 75.
Okay, that's nice.
That's not bad. But
What's the high tomorrow?
that's what I'm going for. 91.
Okay.
Doesn't sound terrible, honestly.
It's dry.
Yeah,
There's
it
nowhere
is a dry heat.
Nowhere to hide either.
It's also, but it is also. I will say this: it's raining. The forecast is for it to rain.
Oh, in the desert. My word. Global warming, guys.
It can. So all right. So I'm looking at record temperatures in
Ranges
Gobi.
and stuff, yeah.
It can reach negative 40 in winter.
Yeah.
At night. Surprisingly, it only hits about 113 degrees in the summer. Only.
So we're talking like San Antonio levels of heat.
Yeah, but it's probably a much drier heat.
Yeah.
Probably much worse, especially with the sand. Sand gets so hot.
So coarse, and it gets everywhere.
It does get everywhere. You want to talk about a weird thing I used to do with sand as a kid?
Oh, I don't know. Do I?
Sure. I'm here already. I used to have an obsession with like things, especially because like I shaved my head as a kid.
Yeah.
Not like just clippers, like bald.
Razor? Yeah.
It was so bad. My head is not shaped right for it. But so I got my mom, love her. She's great. Didn't do a great job shaving my head. So I had like a couple of like razor burn, and I had like a couple scabs on my head, and then I became obsessed with like just picking at my scalp.
Yeah.
So that next summer we went to Myrtle Beach, and I would just take a handful of sand and just push it into my scalp so that I could go sit at home and just like pull sand out of my hair. It was real weird.
Oh man.
I don't like that I've brought this up.
That's an interesting thing that you have.
I don't do
said.
that anymore.
Yeah.
I know that wasn't believable, but I really don't. I don't really go to the beach.
I wonder what that means. There's got to be some psychological thing
probably,
there. Yeah.
Look, as much as I've got wrong up here in the old noggin, the reason that I put sand in my hair as a kid is not a top priority.
Low priority.
It's very low on the totem pole of problems I have. So that's all I have for him. And now that brings us into the weekly special of who can this worm fight? I don't think the worm can beat anybody that we've covered so far.
Well, if Bigfoot stepped on him on accident.
I didn't think about that. No one can touch him.
No one can touch him.
Worm beats everyone.
And he has a distance game. He can range.
Worm beats everyone.
He can zone, and he can like deal with you on a mix-up.
I wonder what kind of AoE effects he's got. AoE effect is
He can cross you up by going on the ground.
Yeah, he can hit you with a juke. Mm-hmm. Or he can... Do you think he has eyes? Do worms have eyes? No. Okay. How do they...
Where do they need to go?
Worms can't read.
Confirmed.
Man, I guess worms do beat everything.
Yeah.
I really thought this was...
That's why they've been around for so long.
Well, most worms aren't poisonous.
No, I just mean like...
Are there poisonous worms?
That's our survivability. I don't know. Use your guy. Let me see.
I mean, other than this guy. Other than my sweet boy.
Let me Google.
Old goy. But yeah, I guess I really thought the worm... As I was thinking about this idea of fighting in our animals, I thought the worm was going to be a toss-up, that he was just going to get obliterated. But yeah, if no one can touch him... I'm trying to think. Hog can't do anything about it. Hog had tusks, though.
Yeah.
But I guess the hog would have to... The hog couldn't, like... He'd have to pin him down with the tusks. Because if he pulled him up with the tusks, then the venom would just kind of seep down his tusk.
I'm on nationalgeographic.com.
Tell me about worms.
This up here. It's a... Oh, these are subterranean amphibians. These don't count.
If you think you could beat this worm...
nightmare.
I don't like it. What is that?
That's the mouth of it. It looks like this.
What is it?
It's a subterranean amphibian.
That's scary. You remember the fluke worm episode of X-Files?
Yeah. I haven't seen many X-Files, but I have seen that one.
I don't like that one. That one's uncomfortable for me.
Dude, listen, as soon as the intro song starts, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, we talked about this. You're scared of it.
This is scary. This is a scary song.
So yeah,
it'll play during Halloween, and I'll go, oh no, I don't like this.
I hate Halloween.
Yeah?
I love the concept of Halloween, and it's just kind of...
hate what people have done to Halloween. Look how they've massacred my boy.
Well, see, like, it started when I was a kid, because every year I got very sick before Halloween.
Yeah.
Like, just... And it always... I think I've only trick-or-treated 4 times in 23 years.
Oof.
Because I would get, like, a stomach flu the week before Halloween. So then the thought of eating any kind of candy, just terrible idea.
Yeah. I get that.
And I get very scared.
All those werewolves out there. and Bumblebee from Transformers.
And so many sexy doctors.
I hate doctors.
So the closest thing I've ever been to a party was like 7th grade.
Yeah.
And I was at my friend's house for a Halloween party, having a great time, just hanging out, chilling, cooling. And then they go, "You guys want to watch Halloween?" The sun was still up, and I started shaking. I was so scared as they, like, in the trailers for this movie. And I called my mom, and I said, "Hey, Mom, the stomach sickness is back." And she was like, "All right, I'll come get you." And I was like, "All right." And then I just went.
Tummy ache.
And then I sat in the girl's driveway with a flashlight and my phone's flashlight on, just waiting on my mom. I was so scared.
In the background.
I didn't say bye to anyone.
Yeah,
I literally just
Irish
disappeared.
goodbye. Yeah.
The scared goodbye.
That'd be way scarier for them. They're scarred.
They're
just disappeared.
Do you remember the time that Zach almost got kidnapped at a Halloween party? Because I'm thinking about it now, I was just a kid sitting in a driveway with a flashlight. Also, if anyone looked outside, they probably got very scared.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Halloween's bad. How did we get on the topic of Halloween?
We were talking about, I don't remember. I lost it.
Lost the plot.
I didn't have enough sleep last night, and I haven't had enough caffeine today. So
You get to drinking your coffee beer.
Yeah.
That's all I've got.
Alrighty.
Worm beats everyone.
Worm does beat everyone.
If you think you can beat the worm, tweet it to me at Big Gremlin Hours, and I'll prove you wrong. I'm gonna create this worm somehow.
That'll do it for this episode of My Neighbor Mothman.
My neighbor worm man.
Be sure to follow us on your podcast listening device of choice.
Spotify.
Listen, I'm fighting with Google and Apple right now. All right.
Just like Fortnite. We're basically Fortnite.
Yeah. We record every fortnight. This is the Fortnite podcast.
I don't want to do this anymore. I hate it here.
You can find the videos of our podcast going up on the Board Nerds channel on YouTube. You can watch us live on Skeleton Crew Gaming
on Twitch.tv.
On Twitch.tv.
Or I almost said Mixer. Mixer doesn't exist.
Mixer's gone.
If you want to buy a cool hat like I've got, you can't. They don't sell them anymore.
But we sell hats.
We do sell hats.
Boardnerds.store.
Do we have My Neighbor Mothman stuff?
We do not yet.
I'm very excited. We need to.
I haven't. I've got to find an artist to do a new cover art for us.
Okay.
Something that is what we talked about.
Yep. What we've talked about.
And then I'll get permission and make a shirt for that.
Perfect. I'll see if I can find anybody. Follow some artists on Twitter.
Yeah. Thank you very much. See you next time.
Yeah. Thank you for coming out. We had fun. Lock your windows and don't step on worms.
Bye.
Bye. That's my advice for everyone. All right, we're recording.
Yeah, we are. We're live on Twitch. Keep it down up there.
Hey.
Keep it down. There. We're trying to record.
We're trying to record.
Keep it down up there, Mom.
Am I going first or are you going first?
You're going first.